G'day! YouTube! I had a couple requests to do this, but I was going to do it anyway, eventually. But it's pushed me to do it faster. A couple of people asked, hey, is the Boss Artist, does it sound as good as, a good high gain tube amp? Like a JVM or a 6505. Don't know! Maybe. I haven't even plugged into the Boss Artist 100 head since my initial reaction video. So I remember I really liked the tones I was getting out of the Artist and the Katana, Gen 3. But I haven't done a side-by-side comparison with like a tube amp. We'll have to do a little test. Alright. Nothing professional here. Just plug in and let's just smash some riffs out, I suppose. Alright. Now, I can't friggin' be bothered getting the Boss Artist head and bringing it over here and dialing the knobs and buttons physically on the front panel. Watch my other video for that. I'll link it in the description below. So I'm leaving it there, and I'm just connected to it via Bluetooth with the Tone Studio app on Android. And it's on the front panel setting, and I'm just adjusting the EQ and switching on and off things as I go along. And we'll see how it sounds. Although I'm going through a super Overdrive SD1 on the pedal board here, and that's it. And a noise gate in front and behind the amp. I'm setting it all to the Marshall 1960 BX Greenback G12M speaker cabinet. Because this cabinet, I know where the sweet spot is. Some of my other cabinets, like the EVH, I'm still looking for the sweet spot. That Marshall vintage cabinet, it sounds terrible when I mic it up, man. I don't think I'm in a good sweet spot yet. It sounds hollow and scooped, but in the room it sounds fantastic. So I need to work with that cabinet, see where the best sweet spot is. So it's going into the BX cabinet. High gain only. So we're going OD1. Best high gain channel on that amp. And best high gain channel on the Artist is brown. Don't care what anyone says, it's brown. Alright, so the standard. Artist. We need to dial it in. So we've got a boost. We need more gain. You can't see what I'm doing, but I'll explain. I'm boosting the friggin' gain maximum. Need more noise gates. Effects loop. Now it's more in line with that. Alright. Better, but this is no mids. Cracking the mids up a bit. We'll go to about noon, 50. And bass, we'll go to about 30. Getting better. JVM. Artist. Okay. Oh, here we go. Contour. Let me have a look at this. Oh, contour and blue is already on. Okay. Bit more volume. JVM. Back to the Artist. Sounds good, sounds close, but just needs a bit more saturation, I think. I mean, the gain's all the way up. All the way up. We're on the brown channel. We've got the SD1 for a boost. Doesn't have as much gain as like a JVM, that's for sure. Or saturation. And I'm not going to play with the other contour settings because I thought they sucked. I've got contour on green, and I've got the bloom on red. Is there other colours? I don't remember, but that's the best setting. Boss Artist with SD1. Max on. Built-in overdrive. Yeah, man, the SD1 sort of lacks balls compared to the Maxon and the built-in over. What fucking overdrive is set on this damn thing? I can't remember. It's just the booster column thing, overdrive. I think that's based on an SD1, is it? I can't remember. Or the DS1. I don't know. Drive is off, tone is mid, bottom is mid, effect level all the way up, solo level mid. It just fucking... To me, it sounds as powerful as the Maxon... What is it again? Super Tube ST9 Pro Plus. So like I said, an amp that sort of lacks balls a bit is much better suited with something like this Super Overdrive. And the built-in one is just as good. I don't think the Super Overdrive SD1 or a normal Tube Screamer ST9, whatever, is powerful enough for that amp. I think you need a more powerful overdrive if you're going to use pedals. But the built-in one, man, beautiful. Since this is the case, from now on, I think it's more fair if we compare, that rhymes, the JVM with the SD1 versus the Boss with its built-in overdrive. Alright, so let's compare with that in mind. Alright, we're back to the JVM 410H with the SD1. Mid little push. So good. Artist. It sounds as good, but it's got a bit too much bass, I think. Bass down to 25. Might need a bit more treble, I think. I don't know. This is much more trebly. JVM with SD1. Artist. The JVM just sounds more clear. What's the word I'm looking for? Not as, I mean, it's pretty compressed, but not as compressed. It just has more clarity. Can we fix that? I'll put the mids down to 40, put the bass down to 20, treble up to 60. SD1. Back to the artist. That sounds pretty good, but they sound different. I mean, I can go into the tone studio and probably tweak all this fucking shit, global EQ, and maybe change the overdrive on there, and do all this shit, and probably make it sound the same or very, very close to the JVM. But that's going to take a lot of work. And this is just a quickly dial it in, see what it sounds like kind of deal, just with the basic EQ. I'm not going to dive into all the tone studio shit. I don't know. I mean, what I hear in the room and what comes up on the mics can sometimes be very different. But the artist just seems more compressed. Not a bad thing, but a bit more compressed. Got a nice gain and saturation, but a bit more compressed. This is more... This has more clarity. It has the gain and, you know, the... not sustain. The saturation, but it also has this clarity that the artist doesn't have with these settings. Is it more fair to use the SD1 for both? Because maybe that's given more clarity. I don't know. Okay, I'll do that, but I'll just add like 9 o'clock drive with the artist because it needs a bit extra of a push. Alright, so we'll do that. Alright, so boost is off. We're on the artist. SD1. The drive is on 9 o'clock. Level full ball. Tone is on like 2 o'clock. Built-in overdrive. I think the extra clarity is coming from the SD1. Interesting. Fucking digital. I mean, there's a million options I can go through, so maybe I need to stop using the built-in overdrive. It's different. Let's just stick with the SD1. Only difference is I'm using a bit more drive with the artist, and when I go to the JVM, doesn't need it, so the drive is off. That's making it much more fair, I think. JVM. Same old boring riff. Tone testing. I think we're getting closer. Alright, I think I've got them dialed in as close as they're gonna get. Not gonna fumble around for hours, but I think they sound very comparable. So let's now play something different, not this fucking stupid shit. Tone testing. Cheers. Let's actually play something this time. Starting with the JVM. Artist. Woo! Oh man, I think it sounds as good as a tube amp, but I'm thinking that the JVM might have a bit more clarity. That's the only minor difference, I think. Like I said, don't know how it's going to be picked up on the microphones, but in the room, that's my conclusory opinions. But again, you can tweak everything you can ever dream of with the artist. So maybe I can get it sounding much more close if I wanted to, but just playing with the front panels, EQs, that's what I'm getting. A bit more compressed. Even with the bass turned right down to 20, it's really bassy in this cabinet anyway. Let's wrap this up, man. JVM, high gain. Artist. Holy shit. I mean, I think the artist can replace this. Artist. Can a Boss Artist, Gen 3 especially, replace a high gain tube amp? Abso-fucking-lutely. Absolutely. I mean, when I'm going out and doing a gig, I ain't gonna take a high gain tube amp with me. I'm gonna take the Boss Artist or the Boss Katana Gen 3. But I like the Artist a little bit better though. Again, a little bit more clarity with the tube amp, but I could probably fix that on that end. I mean, it sounds so good. Fucking digital. I always joke about digital shit, but they're gonna kill tube amps. Well, hopefully it turned out alright on the recording, because in the fucking room though, it's not that far off of a tube amp, I'm telling you. And I'm not a digital guy. I kind of despise the day that amplifiers embedded with computers. The Katana Gen 3 gives me some issues sometimes. When I'm dialing in with the fucking software and I'm trying to save a patch, it fucking conks out. Like, it freezes like a computer. Fucking thing freezes. I have to turn it off, turn it on, and dial it in on the fucking front panel instead, because sometimes the software makes it fucking freeze. So that's another thing. So I'm not big on digital, but when it works, fucking sounds amazing in comparison to a tube amp, like 90% there. Good old